Away from that to the Wall Street, where Nasdaq extended its winning streak with a fifth consecutive record closing high, buoyed by gains in technology stocks like Adobe. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 and the Dow closed marginally lower amidst a mixed market sentiment. This Reuters report gets you a lowdown on all the action on Wall Street.
The Nasdaq eked out its fifth straight record closing high on Friday as gains in tech-related stocks helped keep the streak alive. The Dow and S&P 500 each fell slightly lower, while the Nasdaq added about 0.1%. Data on Friday included a preliminary reading of the University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Index, which was sharply lower than expectations. But lousy consumer sentiment has its silver lining, explains Lorene Gilbert, CEO of Wealthwise Financial Services.
What that's actually good for, though, is markets. Markets moving forward from a consumer being depressed and down and negative, that actually points to a higher stock market looking out 6 months in a year. So while the consumer may be disheartened, when we look at business owners are so positive about what they see moving forward for their businesses. And that is very important when it comes to growth, because so much of our U.S. Depends on small business.
Helping to power the Nasdaq on Friday were shares of Adobe, which jumped 14.5% a day after the company raised its annual revenue forecast on more demand for its artificial intelligence-powered software. NVIDIA shares ended up more than 1.5% after briefly surpassing Apple as the world's second most valuable company. Both also lifted the S&P 500 technology sector, which rose 0.5% to hit another record high close. On the flip side, the Russell Small Cap Index fell more than 1.5%, adding to recent losses, while the S&P 500 industrial sector was down 1%.